Yo, what is going on, everybody? Carnage back here again, and today I'm going to be doing my top 10 figures of 2023. Now, sadly, none of the figures up here did make the list. Now, all of these are still phenomenal figures. Love them all, especially that Doctor Doom and Molecule Man. Definitely two that I really enjoyed this year, but the rest of the figures I did pick up this year, they definitely blew these guys out of the water. Now, they all phenomenal. I really do like this Commander Rogers. Shield's just way too small, like every other Captain America figure, excluding the Ultimate Captain America. The Hulk, really do like that figure. Bruce Banner was a good addition with that pack. Ant-Man, definitely a well-needed upgrade to that figure. Fist Ninja, I mean, which definitely phenomenal figure. Really do want to get a few more of these guys. The Ultron in the back, basically just a reuse with a different head. Now, Daredevil Elektra right here. Really surprised with this figure that I loved her so much. Wonder Man's another one I'm very surprised with. Really do love both of those. And Yondu right here. One that I didn't even expect to be on the list, but he was definitely one that I really enjoyed, playing with, posing, doing other things like that with him. And Kingpin right here, definitely surprised he did not make the top 10. He was number 10 for the longest time, and then, well, I picked up a couple figures, which kind of adjusted that a little bit. So, but anyway, these are just the runners-up. So, good job, guys. Very proud of all of you for, making the list. Give them a round of applause. Good job, guys. And without any further ado, let's get into figure number 10. Okay, starting with number 10, we have the Destroyer. And let me just say, amazing figure. Only downside is it's only single jointed elbows. Really kind of wish they would have added, double jointed elbows. Or, double, the double pin thing that they do with figures kind of like the legs. That's my only gripe with this figure, and also the fact that he is kind of a little, like mine's personally a little stiff. I've been meaning to heat him up, but I can't find a big enough, pan to really do it without, really squeezing him in there. So that's kind of why he's still stiff. But other than that, this figure, phenomenal. Really do like all the spikes all around him. Really well detailed. I really do wish they would have put like a dark black wash all over him, because that would just make this figure like infinity times more better. Really do like the face sculpt on it too, very intimidating. And this is actually him just looking straight down. I mean, compared to like a normal 6-inch figure, here's Wonder Man, for example. He towers over them. He's like an extra 2 or 3 inches taller. And let me just say, very fun figure. Really do enjoy it. If you're into stop motions, I really do recommend you guys get this figure and have him battle any character you can think of, because he is just that fun to pose around. Again, a little more stiff. That might just be mine, because I haven't really, used him yet. Oop, did not mean to knock my camera, just getting some dog hair out of the way. But yeah, very cool figure. Could have had, better, detailing or black wash on it, But other than that, phenomenal figure. Now let's go on to number 9. Now, going on to the 9th spot, we have the astonishing X-Men Cyclops. Now, this figure, very good. Really surprised I liked it as much as I did. Granted, they didn't give him a alternate head without the little, whatever this is, like smoke effect for his eyeballs. Really do like that they gave us like his, 2-finger visor thing that he does with his helmet. Really do also like the gold accents they have all around this figure. Really do like it. And definitely a very well needed upgrade to a Cyclops figure with the butterfly joints and the what's it called, pinless technology that they just recently started doing. Now, the main gripe I have with this figure is mostly just in the head part. I really hate that they did not make this, like, removable, which, you know, basically only makes it so you can really have him just with his fingers near his eye, like he just shot a blast. That's the only gripe I really have this figure. Other than that, really good body mold, really do like the detailing all over the body. Really, really do like it quite a bit. Granted, mine does have like a little bit of a gold blemish right there that I've been trying to get off. But other than that, this figure, very good. I do recommend you guys get it for your X-Men collection if you do not have a Cyclops figure of your own. Now let's go on to number 8. Now in the 8th place, we have the Extremis armor, I want to say. I think that's the name of it. But we have the Extremis armor Iron Man from the Puff Adder wave, I want to say. And I forgot to mention that this Cyclops is part of the, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Chode, something like that. But anyway, moving on to the Iron Man figure. This is definitely the best Iron Man I can say we've gotten this year. Or one of the best Iron Mans we got this year, I should say. Really do like the detailing on it. Really do like the, helmet coloring they used. I really also do love the gold that they used. Really wish they would use that for, every other Iron Man, but hey, I can only take what I can get from Hasbro because they're not phenomenal with, quality control and stuff like that, so. But anyway, really do love the gold on it, and another reason why this one's, kind of not further down, they didn't give us an alternate head, or at least, an opened up head. And I really do wish they would have figured out how to add like an ab crunch to him rather than just like an upper body swivel. But other than that, really do like it. Also kind of wish they would have given us like a black wash over him just so it can really give those details some like extra oomph. And I also really do like the feet because that is the most comic accurate thing I've seen on an Iron Man figure to date. Because during like Civil War Extremis, which is around the time when this Iron Man was a huge deal, mostly in Civil War, this really reminds me of Ultimate Alliance 2. Like, this is what the Iron Man looked like in that game, and let me just say, this is bringing back a lot of childhood memories of playing that game. So, really wish this figure was higher. Just so many more, like, awesome figures that we got this year that sadly beat him out. But let's get on to the number 7 spot before I start crying. Now, going on to the 7th spot, we have, truthfully, my favorite Iron Man that I've truthfully gotten this year. Granted, I've only picked up 2 Iron Man this year, but let me just say, this one's definitely my favorite one to pose around. Now, I really am not a huge fan of this chest piece. Excuse me. Mostly because, like, no ab crunch. It's basically just like a little swivel and everything. But other than that, this is like a phenomenal, like, first appearance Iron Man. I really do like that they gave us, like, all the, like, rough edges, like dents, scrapes, and, other things like that. Like, it's such a cool detail that they didn't even have to add, but I am so, so thankful they did. Now, it looks like this literally just jumped off the panel, man. Like, this is what Tony Stark first put on in a cave, dude. He built it with a box of scraps. And then, he just became the best, like, character, like, in comic history, man. Excluding Spider-Man. Now, only thing that I wish they would have given us would be an alternate head for Tony Stark. Other than that, they gave us, like, the perfect amount of accessories with this figure. They gave us alternate hands, they gave us, what's it called, like repulsor blast, even though I don't think this version of Iron Man could shoot repulsors. I think it could just shoot, like, fire, if I'm mistaken. Not fully positive about that, I might be wrong. But I mean, like, if they would have given us, like, a black wash over this, like, that's mostly my gripe with 90% of the figures that I got, like, no black wash on them at all. But, I mean, other than that, like, this is just a phenomenal figure. Really do kind of wish they would have given us, like, ankle swivel, like, right there. just because it looks like it was actually meant to, but not going to complain about that too much, just because, like, I mean, this is a completely brand new, like, sculpt. Everything on this is brand new. Maybe not the hands. The hands might actually be brand new now that I look at them a little closer. Like, this is, like, complete new sculpt and everything, dude. Like, such a beautiful figure. Really happy I found it on clearance. And it was actually the last one on clearance. So, very glad I got to pick it up. But anyway, let's move on to the 6th spot. Now, moving on to the 6th spot is truthfully the best Black Widow I think we've ever gotten. Like, ab crunch, upper waist swivel, man. Like, double jointed elbows, butterfly joints, double jointed knees. And let me just say, like, I really hate that this figure was almost $30. It was like $27.99 or something like that. And it's only a Target exclusive, which kind of sucks for, you know, people who don't have a Target anywhere near them. But I mean, I recommend you guys, like even if it's like $30, I recommend getting this figure just because it's that good. Now, I did not have a comic book Black Widow for the longest time in my collection, just because I was thinking, I know they're going to, like, outdo themselves at some point, and then I'm just going to have extra Black Widows. So, really happy I waited this long to get this one. Let me just say, really do like it. It came with 3 alternate heads. This one's definitely my favorite one out of all 3 of them. But it also came with, like, the classic one, and I want to say a more modern long-haired version. But I don't know why. This short-haired version just really stood out to me the most. I'm assuming it's because, well, you know, this just kind of reminds me of, what was it? I can't think of what that comic series was that had her with a shorter hair. But either way, just the best Black Widow we've gotten. Really do like all the suit detail that they gave us for it. Now, granted, this head sculpt does come with a little bit of a black, like, smudge on the back of her head, but I like to think of that as kind of like just, you know, smoke damage to her hair. Pardon me. But I mean, definitely the best Black Widow we've gotten, because it came with, like, an accessory for a gun, multiple alternate hands, came with a couple different wrist gauntlets. And granted, they do kind of, you know, like, if you do twist this, it does kind of pop the hand out if you squeeze it tight enough. But I mean, like I just recommend you guys get this figure for yourself, just because it's that amazing. Also, if my nose sounds kind of, you know, stuffed up, it is. Just cleaned my room, and there was a lot of dust, and my nose is just kind of not agreeing with it, so. But anyway, let's go on to fifth place. Now, going on to 5th place, we have the Ultimate Captain America from the Puff Outer wave. And let me just say, this is definitely my favorite Captain America I've had in my collection. And fully honest, I'm not a big fan of this specific costume for the character of Captain America. I truthfully prefer him in, like, his, you know, more classic outfit with the wings on the helmet and, you know, not the stars on the shoulder. I've never been a huge fan of that. But let me just say, the shield is one of the bigger reasons why I picked up this figure. Just because, you know, I can put it on, like, you know, any other Captain America and it just looks like 15 times better. But other than that, like, this is actually a very good figure. If you don't have a Captain America in your collection, I recommend getting this one, because for the price point of $25, you get a phenomenal shield, you get a couple extra alternate hands. He did come with an alternate head, if I remember correctly, with, like, an angry expression on it. And he also came with the Puff Adder head. But I mean, he even comes with, like, a hole in the back so you can put a shield on his back. A pretty good belt. Again, black wash would be phenomenal. Just getting all those extra little details out on the figure. And fully honest, I need to learn to, like, you know, put black wash on characters just so I can, you know, have them pop way more. Now, I do kind of wish they would have, like, kind of made this shield a little more, like, 3D, kind of like what they do with, like, the MCU kind of shields for Captain America. Like, just kind of wish they would have raised it up just a little bit. But other than that, pretty good figure. Really do love it. And I will be using this shield for a different Captain America. But, I mean, without any further ado, let's go to 4th place. Now, 4th place was truthfully a big surprise to me. Like, because I really love this figure, and I was thinking, oh, nothing's going to top this figure this year for me. But I was proven wrong about that. Now, I am grateful that he stayed in the top 5, because I got to represent, you know, characters from Iowa. So, fist bump Hawkeye, boop. But let me just say, this Hawkeye is the best character or best figure that they've made this year, excluding the 3 before this one. I really do love the Sky Cycle that he came with. I really do like his bow. It is a reuse from, or I don't know if it's a reuse or from him, or if, I don't remember which one came out first. I think he came out first and then it was him, but it's the exact same bow. Like, same color scheme. I really do wish they would have made it look more like wood in color. Like, if you guys know what I mean by that, like, make it look wooden, rather than, like, you know, it's just a metal bow. Which, I mean, is probably what it is, comic accurate-wise, but, I mean, it would just look so much better, in my opinion. Now, this Hawkeye does come with butterfly joints, which always needed for a Hawkeye figure. He did come with a singular arrow, which is a pretty good arrow. And I truthfully don't remember where I put it, so can't show that. Now, the biggest thing I love about this, he comes with cloth. And this is such a rare thing you see on modern day figures, man. That's not like, you know, a Mezco. The only thing I am not a huge fan of is just that these, you know, easily come off when you move his arms. Other than that, like, this is definitely the best figure I've had this year. Again, Blackwash would make this figure just look infinity times more better. Really do love him. Really happy to have him in the collection, and he's going to be a big improvement to my Avengers display. Now let's go on to 3rd place. Now, going on to 3rd place, we have the Mindless One Build-A-Figure Wave Blade. And let me just say, this figure is the best thing to come out this year, just like, you know, regular figure-wise. Granted, he does have, like, pins showing in his arms, which I know Hasbro is trying to get better about, but, I mean, I can't really blame them. Only thing I wish he came with was another alternate head that didn't have him with, like, an open mouth. Other than that, like, this is, like, phenomenal. Really do hope they eventually start giving us, like, cloth capes and stuff like that, which I doubt will ever happen, but, I mean, I can have hope, especially after Hawkeye. Now, this guy came with wooden stakes, he came with, like, daggers, he came with a sword. Again, no alternate head. He also did come with a couple alternate hands, too, if I remember correctly. Granted, this is one of the newer figures I've picked up, and he's number 3 on the list. And let me just say, really thankful about this character. Really cool character. Granted, again, wish they would have, you know, made this like a cloth cape. And looks like almost everything is brand new, excluding like his chest piece. Now, I'm actually looking at my other blade right now, and it looks like they basically just reused his body, but then added different things to the rest of him. I mean, still a phenomenal figure, and he will be replacing the blade I have on my shelf right now. So, sorry about that old blade, but you're getting replaced with the newer model. But anyway, let's go on to 2nd place. Now, going on to 2nd place, we have the retro card animated series Magneto. Now, at first, I didn't think I was going to love this figure as much as I did, but let me just say, he dug away into my heart and he stayed there, because, let me just say, if not for me getting the figures... Oh, sorry about my light turning off, my phone's about to die. So, hold on just a moment. Anyway, sorry about that. I won't be able to use my flash for a little bit, maybe the rest of the video, just because my phone battery is a little too low. But anyway, Magneto blew me out of the water. Did not expect to love this figure as much as I did. Really do like the detailing on it. Kind of wish he would have come with an alternate head, but I can just reuse the one from the Apocalypse Wave Magneto, which will look phenomenal on this figure. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is, the red hands. Kind of wish they were purple, but they've slowly grown on me over time. Whoops. And again, kind of wish it was a cloth cape rather than a plastic one. But let me just say, ab crunch, pinless joints, phenomenal range of motion just in the head alone, because he can look down that far and that high up. And let me just say, he is very intimidating. And again, blackwash would make this way better. I'm going to actually try to figure out how to blackwash so I can do that to all the figures I've said in this video. And he fell over. Whoops. But, I mean, other than that, like, this Magneto is definitely the best character I had up until I picked these two figures up. And yes, my number one is going to two figures, but you guys will understand when you see it why I decided to do two characters for my number one. Now, for the number one figures of 2023 for Uncle Carnage is these two amazing figures, Bruce Banner and I'm just fucking with you guys. The actual, and I repeat, actual top two are the No Way Home Tom Holland Final Swing and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, if not for the fact that a friend of mine, which is my comic shop boss, who is also a Marvel Legends collector, found these and hid these for me at Target yesterday, like, everyone would have been moved up one, and the number 10 figure originally was going to be Kingpin, but since my boss got me, like, fully honest, I have been mostly the Final Swing suit, but both of these phenomenal figures. I will say, though, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man does kind of have really tight joints, which probably easily fixed just with the boiling water method. But I mean, fully honest, if I had Andrew Garfield, he would be part of this too. But these two right here are just so amazing, and I can't, praise them enough, mostly because they also gave us these two beautiful head sculpts, which, I mean, really, really happy I canceled my pre-order for the 3-pack, and now I'm getting these guys individually, which is actually saving me an extra 25 bucks. Yeah, 25 bucks, because the 3-pack was originally like, I want to say like maybe $90 plus tax, after tax and everything like that, would be like over $100 or something like that, which, let me just say, way too much for these. But let me just say, really grateful that my boss hid these for me, and they will definitely be a very, very hard topper next year for Marvel Legends, just because these two are like the best figures I've ever had in my collection, which is saying something, because, like, truthfully, for like maybe like the past like few months, excluding like, Magneto, my favorite figure has definitely got to be like this Black Panther, which, I mean, like, this Black Panther was like the best Like, I would just grab him and just pose him around all the time, but I truly haven't done that since I got the Magneto and these guys. Sorry, I keep rambling on, but these are just so good, man. Very grateful I have them. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I do apologize if I kept rambling on and if my voice was just, cracking and sounded kind of nasally. Like I mentioned, I did just clean and there's still quite a bit of dust in the air, which I don't understand how, but it's just happening. But I really do appreciate you guys watching this video. If you do like it, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and hopefully I can, post more videos next year. I've just been very busy with my job this year, so I haven't been able to do as much other than, like, live streaming, which I've truthfully been kind of slacking on for, like, the past few months. Or a couple months anyway, I want to say. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. So, peace.